All right, we're going to get this thing going here momentarily. You could just share this if you're watching on Facebook. You can also watch these live briefings over on YouTube. You can watch most of them on the either the Josh Johnson WSFA channel, the WSFA channel itself. There you see all the social media platforms. You can get updates on there. So that's Josh Johnson WX on Instagram, Josh Johnson WSFA on Facebook, and at Josh Weather on Twitter. So we will dive straight into it here. Ian is going to be a big problem in the state of Florida. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. It will be at its worst and most intense on Florida's west coast. Places like Cape Coral, Northport, Sarasota, Bradenton, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte. A lot of places hit hard by Charlie, about to get hit hard again, unfortunately. This is the satellite presentation of the storm right here. You see that? And this is a monster hurricane. Note the kind of purple and blue explosions happening around there, firing in there. Around the center of circulation. That's the mark of an intensifying hurricane. Here's what it looks like on the Key West radar. The eye clearly visible now passing west of Key West. Latest track from the National Hurricane Center brings this pretty much due north for a while, then curves it northeast. Here's the latest reconnaissance flight from a NOAA 3 mission. Notice they found pretty low pressure there around 952 in the middle of the eye not that long ago. So pretty intense wind, and the pressure dropping now. That makes sense as this is getting back over water. Latest model guidance, pretty tightly clustered with the landfall between Tampa and Fort Myers. That's going to mean a lot of storm surge and a lot of wind destruction on the southwest coast of Florida. So here's the cone from the National Hurricane Center. The adjustment today has been to move everything to the east. That's bad news, obviously, for a lot of our neighbors and friends down in Florida. I will tell you, for us here in Alabama, this is not bad news. This is good news. The more east this thing goes, the lower the impacts are here at home. Now, what about computer model intensity? Here's that chart. So each line is a different idea of how this may go. Notice most of these maintain this at category high in 3, low in 4 intensity through landfall, and then you see a quick drop. That kind of fall off is when it moves over land. Some of the models try to get this back over the water east of Jacksonville, Florida, and you see a little re-bump back up in the intensity. Now, I don't know that that's going to happen. The Hurricane Center forecast doesn't really call for much strengthening from a scenario like that. So what about here at home, a lot of you may be asking. So I'll show you two different ideas. This is the GFS, and then I'll show you the European. Now, please understand, we will have better model data about our rain chances tomorrow and Thursday. So there's no need to cancel anything right now or postpone anything right now, in my opinion. That's not being critical of anyone who's done that. It's just the reality of the situation, in my opinion. So landfall, again, Florida southwest coast. This is Wednesday afternoon in the data. Then from there, the storm very slowly moves across the Florida peninsula. Heavy rain, tornadoes, flooding, all from Orlando, Cape Canaveral, Tampa, Sarasota. Then this gets close to being back over water and maybe gets back out over the water. But you'll notice here, this is Friday afternoon. Most of the rain still in Georgia. Then this thing begins to get pulled back northwest by Saturday morning. But if the GFS is right, it may not rain a drop in Alabama from this. And that is a very plausible scenario. I mentioned in my 5 o'clock weather segment that that could very well be the way that this thing plays out. It doesn't rain here. For now, we're going to leave the 30 to 40% rain chance in, but just understand that could change. Here's the European model.